Hello, Commander.
And go ahead.
Welcome to the Rumble of Redux. This is Make Plans, Shoot Plans presented by the Redux Network here. I am joined once again by Ghost. It's been a long time, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Nice to be back.
It's been an amazing set of matches we've seen today. A lot of interesting battles back and forth. Some wipes to the floor, some other ones that were pretty close back and forth here. But now the semifinal coming up here, it's going to be one hell of a match. I'm excited. Are you excited?
You know, just like the glasses flip, there's one thing that I just can't get away from, and that's due process. Every invite, every match, and especially some of the matches today, there's been a couple flops. We've seen a couple, but there's also been some really good close matches. I tell you what, Scrubin versus Gnomes, Scrubin versus Mist, Mist versus Gnomes, you know, we're gonna get there. But hopefully, the match we're about to see, it's ONU versus Eclipse. Those both teams did a phenomenal. I was getting to watch some of them on the mainstream. I was kind of lurking around, leeching off of some of the streamers, getting to see them back and forth. They have been clawing tooth and nail. Now, thankfully, not to say that I'm sounding biased here, but match A is going to be obviously ONU versus Eclipse. We're going to be casting that on the mainstream, and then match B is going to be Gnomes versus Fungi with Friends. So really, we're going to get to find out who's going to be fighting Fungi and Friends here for the finals.
Oh, that's a pretty big prediction there. Do you think it's going to hold up after we see this match today and after we see this first little bit here?
Yeah, kind of.
The Fungi and Fungi are going to win this? You're already calling it.
I've seen
Wow.
Nakazo, I've seen Sachi play on their free time. Those guys are just absolute units. To see that they don't put up double-digit kills, you know, they do that casually. I can do that when I'm like cranked out of my mind. Those guys do it like it's nothing. So, hey, upsets happen. You know, my heart goes out to the Gnomes, but Fungi with Friends, they really are some fun guys. They kind of gaming, but thankfully we get to hopefully see ONU with Eclipse. But before we do that, want to give a quick shout out to the production team. Those absolute, you know, gamers keeping this thing going. Look at those absolute units. My favorite is the guy in the chair doing his best. He's the real champion of it. And he's already gone. We have taken him out. Mods, find him, send him to Guantanamo. It's an absolute rave.
No.
There we go. Beautiful.
Oh, man. Fantastic. I'm having a great time. And that's indeed what we're all here to do. We're all having a good time. And I'm excited for this upcoming match here. This has just been an amazing match, amazing battle back and forth this entire mix here. And this is going to be it, man. So between ONU and Eclipse, who do you think's going to take it?
That's actually kind of tough. I've been watching ONU. They did let me see, where are they? The full, there we go. So they beat out Get On Due Process, and then they fairly closely eked out Yakuza. So I mean, right off the bat, I was actually looking at some of the team rosters and everything. Yakuza kind of gaming. I had them up there in my predictions as in the top the finals, but ONU did beat them. So if they can beat Yakuza, I would feel rather confident. Let's see. Eclipse, where are you guys in our wonderful brackets settings? Oh my god. There. Okay, there's one. Okay, so they fought against the Gabagulinis and took them 7-1, and then they actually lost to Pog CG, or more commonly known as Pogfish, for the real veterans out there. But now they're going to be just coming in. So I've got to say, I'm feeling rather confident that, at least based off of the averages and the scores that we've seen so far, I think ONU's got this. It's not going to be like a 7-1. I'm thinking we might see something more of like a 7-6 or a 5-7. You know, it's going to be close. It's really going to come down to, I think, which players within the respective teams pop off. And, you know, obviously the map, or, you know, we might see some crazy, you know, clickety-clack attacks, or, you know, Mop looking in a spot that's not to be, an auto shotty where it's not supposed to be. You know, it's going to really rely on just the 1v1 engagements, and then if we see some like really creative plays from the teams, that's how we're gonna, you know, really bring it together.
I agree. I think it's going to be an interesting match back and forth. I think both teams have had one hell of a story to get here. I'm actually going to go, I think, with ONU is a good choice. I think if Eclipse can actually get the kill, though, and actually, you know, be able to actually actuate on their plans, I think Eclipse have really been a huge kind of big brain team. If they can get the shots down and actually force the teams to play their way, they're going to win this. I think they're going to go in all the way to the finals. Are they going to beat Fungi and Friends? I'm saying probably not, but you know what? I think we'll see FNF probably gonna sweep, honestly.
The honesty.
You know what?
It's the honesty that hurts the most.
It's true, but honestly, to be honest, I am excited to see if they can actually break them. Because I think FNF, yeah, they're on the up and up, but still, sometimes if you get a little too confident, you get a little overconfident, upsets happen. Could happen.
It does, and that's the exciting thing. I mean, the one thing about due process that's really kind of kept me around is you have the gamers, but then you have like this like you have like the gods, and then you have like the rest of the underlings, you know, where you get to really see some of the creative stuff that comes out, and you know the ideas get made. You know, some of the stuff that again, what we were watching Med just last round, how you know, he wasn't supposed to play. The map was bank. He wasn't supposed to be on the security side, but just because of that creativity from him, he basically just parked himself in security. He wasn't supposed to be there, and then was able to kind of get this really crazy rotate. It's a shame it didn't play out as we really wanted it to, and a lot of people were kind of hoping for the, you know, that win, or that, you know, that round win for him. But you know, it's things like that where you can see the ingenuity from the players, especially now that we have, you know, the new items, the what is it, the welding torch, and a few, you know, like the fire extinguisher smoke grenade that we now have on the defender side. It allows for new, you know, creative play, and it's always good. You know, we always like to see new stuff.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good mix back and forth of different tactics and strategies, and the new people do bring in those new things that just upset the game sometimes and really kind of surprise people. It happens very rarely, but it can happen. And I think we're going to go to a quick little break before we actually begin the matchup here. They're getting some things figured out, some wires swapped back and forth. So in the meantime, we'll be right back with more Due Process. You are watching the Redux Network.
See you guys soon.
They're ready, so don't get up. We'll go back in real short.
Damn it! Okay.
Spectate,
okay.
we'll go in.
Sorry about biffing the name.
All right, we're joining the game now, so we could go to cams if you want.
It's up to you.
You want to do cams?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Camis, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, the game's starting
cams,
pretty quick, though.
It'll be clicking. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Redux Rumble. Make plans, shoot mans, presented by the Redux Network. I, of course, am Stuff Shark alongside with my buddy Ghost.
Hello.
We're about to get into the match pretty quick here. Yeah, how's it going? And we're about to get started with the semifinal here. This one is going to be an interesting match. I think it's going to be great. Nice shades.
Thank you. Just trying to, you know, keep the energy.
Of course. Got to match. It's fair. Really going to be fantastic to see how this is all going to play out and who's ultimately going to take the road to the finals here for the best of 3 in there. I'm thinking Eclipse has a chance, but Onu is looking pretty strong too. So this could be maybe a little back and forth, perhaps. But it looks like we're about to load in here. So I'm excited to see how this is all going to turn out. And it looks like we have the map up. It is Operation Wolverine Fortuna. So what a map. Looks like it's pretty wide, kind of short, but a lot of interesting sightlines too.
Yeah, didn't get a chance to see the other 2 maps that we're going to be loading into, but of course, let's see, we got an entrance, everything. Yeah, it's looking like a good old fashioned storefront. It's a classic. We even have a little drop down spot. If you see right above the storefront logo, you see that nice bright blue square indicating that obviously if the attackers wish to go up the ladder that you can see on the right hand side of the building, they can even drop down there. And yeah, even look at that. Drazzy's even pointing out that, hey, let's try and get down there, get some you know, gamer kills and try and be the epic gamers for this match. Oh yeah, there it is. Hey, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, look at that. I'm casting here. Look at that. So again, it's a really good opportunity. It doesn't, obviously, you don't have to, besides just shooting the glass, you don't have to spend any charges to get in there. It saves a little bit of utility. So if they choose to like smoke it off, they could throw a smoke, flashbang it, and then they can get in without having to use nearly as much utility. Or as we're seeing here with the attackers, they're actually going to try and potentially wall breach the entrance, give them this really nice, you know, east to west kind of push. And that kind of helps, you know, segment off, okay, I don't need to look behind me because I know that this entire building part of the map is clear. So they can kind of just prioritize on working their way towards the arcade bomb.
I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty interesting setup back and forth here where we have a good mix of defenders and attackers kind of rotating on the sides, as you kind of said. I think, though, this is going to require a fast execution from Eclipse. I think Onu have a good read on the strat here, and they can make them play to it. going to be devastating. So let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, do we have... Okay, so no, they're actually going to be using the welding torch. So they're going to potentially... Where is that bad boy? It looks like they might just try and go for the red door and then... No, okay, they are going to open entrance. Nice, 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 nice. So they are going to be opening that up. And we... yeah, look at this. I mean, the entire... Now, will that open the entire wall? This is a new one for me, so...
Let's see what they can do here.
Oh, look at that little kill window. That's nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic one here.
That's a great, yeah, great angle.
Yeah, attackers are kind of going back and forth here. Looks like they have pushed through. They're starting to go into the storefront here, at least on the top side.
And, like, let's take a look at the full map, though. I mean, like I said, the entire east side's been cleared out. Defenders know what's going on. They'd rather just kind of hold back, and you can tell also by their gun loadouts. They're ready for a really close, scrappy fight. Now, to be fair, there's only one Molotov, so if they're really going to try and bleed this, they need to be just a little bit aggressive. Let them know that, hey, you can't... Oh my god, he used the torch to clear the barb. What's a grenade to a man with a torch anyways?
Indeed, he's got it on fire, and it looks like the defenders are just going to keep in their spots for now. Swag getting flashed. Roby going to go for the push-up. Marbles at the same time. Marbles wins his fight. Roby wins his, but Asbo will go in from behind and take down Lacking. Trades back and forth. Another kill for Asbo. Roby, another one for him. He's on fire. Drazzy, the last one alive here on this push. His teammates all down. Is he going to go for the fight? Or is he going to run and hide and try and see what he can for Eco? He only has an AP, so not a whole lot to save. At this point, may as well just go for it. But Kick is holding in a good spot to counter it. That is Decadence in the backside there. Superman on the rotation as need be. But so far, it's a slow play back and forth. Shots to the side there. Here comes the pickup. Drazzy gets him, but from behind. Actually, from the front side there, Superman will take the round.
All in all, wow. I like the idea from the attacking team. It made sense on paper. It was just getting into the left, the west side of the map. I mean, you can see the entire defending team was just ready. They had these absolutely nasty little kill angles for them to go through, but I don't, maybe my eyes deceived me, but I didn't see a whole lot of utility in I'll say the second half of that push. They got in, they did the flashes that they needed to clear out the area, but then it was that second step of like, all right, we're in. Now what? And you can see like the team was trying to figure out, okay, well, maybe we can get a pick here, maybe we can get a pick there, and obviously it didn't work out. Thankfully not too much critical utility. I mean, they lost the welding torch, but like, not the end of the world. There wasn't like a saber that was lost or a clacker or like, I don't even think that they used a breach. So they could easily double up if they want to for these next two maps.
Yeah, they definitely could, but we'll see what they could do here on Operation Life Rising. It's a pretty wide, long map again. This is going to be another big pick access here. You're not going to see a lot of that close quarter fighting we saw in the last round there, so your tubs are getting put away, and now trying to pull out the KRs and Ingmars.
Absolutely, and this is looking there's a really nice, like if you're looking at like the bottom right side of jungle, really nice line of sight there. I don't know. This is really going to come down to how ONU wants to play it. I mean, obviously they need to be mindful of observation. That's going to be critical. That's going to be a huge spot. But if they even want to try any long range stuff, I mean, they could even just put an auto shotty, somewhere in observation, let that guy just completely lock down observation, and then just let a couple, like you said, a couple ignores, even a mop. There you go, Dylan pulling that bad boy out to just kind of lock down the rest of the map and just make sure that the attackers can't get in. But we do have a clacker, so it is looking like it might be a beach observation push, which, it just makes sense. That's the most, logical and rational thing, but logical and rational hasn't exactly been the name of the game for some of the matches that we've seen, so who knows what's going to happen.
That is very true, too. It's been a little bit of chaos, but it always comes in handy, too, and as things are getting a little bit boring, things get a little too stuffy. Sometimes
Absolutely.
you can just throw somebody on a total random spot, and sometimes it will actually break them, and they just want to expect it, and they get played like a fiddle. But right now, it looks like defenders are filling out where to go here, and they're sticking mostly the jungle. One observation, but they're mostly sticking to the sides here. So they're expecting the beach push, but could get countered pretty good here.
As I say, it's interesting they're going for the beach push when, as we had talked about, that observation, once you clear that, I mean, both doors are facing the side that you have to defuse the bomb on. You can't, it's not a 360 kind of view. As long as you're facing the right side, you can defuse it, and they'll have guns covering it. So I'm really curious to see how our defending team ONU is going to handle it. Now, Mop player is on bomb, but I mean, okay, no, it's a really nice line of sight, actually, looking at the angle, and hey, there we go.
Oh, wow, Dylan and Swag doing some good work, and Swag especially on the rotation back did a great job in observation to hold off that push. Lacking is not clearing it up, but they are slowed down heavily, which gives plenty of time for defenders to flank up on the backside there. Lacking will take down Swag to push. They've got more to go for in this long sideline, but there it is, Dylan taking down Lacking. caught lacking. Unfortunately, Superman will take down Marbles on the other side. Now it is just down to Dylan, cashing that check and taking the round once again. 3 kills for him.
Very clean from Anu. They knew exactly what they were going to play. I was a little bit surprised, and that's a little bit salty or a little bit toxic from Dylan. We appreciate it, though. The fact that they played, I mean, there's like playing defensive, and then there's having guys in jungle. I mean, that worked out fantastic for them. I mean, obviously, it did help that, you know, the opening salvo, they picked up 2 for pretty much nothing. That, it kind of helps, you know?
Oh, yeah, huge. It's a huge help to the mind game, helps you understand the strats. Everything plays well together when you're working together as a team, and you're effectively playing mind games on it. We saw that from the defenders, kind of forcing the attacking side to kind of go a little bit, kind of a little slow, and ultimately just kind of drop the ball. So good teamwork all the way around there.
Everything helps when you make plans and shoot mans. Would you agree, Steph?
Really,
No?
it really does.
It really do be like that.
It really does. It really do.
There was, and I do want to credit you because I was listening to one of your matches earlier, and you made the really astute observation that defending, you know, winning defense rounds on some of these matches can actually be kind of like the make or break for this point. And I do want to point out, Anu has won 2 of the 3 rounds as defenders, and on top of that, they've kept their mop in between their dome match. So they're going into this extremely powerful. I mean, this next round, you're probably going to see the Saber, you know, obviously, but like they could also whip out the auto shotty if they're feeling really spicy.
They could do that, but I think they're going to mostly play for long sides. They're going to probably have someone involved. If I had to guess on strategy, going for the 3-2 split isn't a bad call for the attackers, but ultimately, I'm thinking we're going to see a pretty reserved strategy here from Onu. I can see Eclipse trying to be a little more aggressive, but their thing has always been trying to out strategize the enemy, which kind of works sometimes. But if it fails hard, and at that point, it's a mop. So
Absolutely.
Onu, if they can figure out the strategy, they got it. It's easy win for them. If Eclipse can break it though, it's going to be a close one.
Well, so far, taking a look at how Eclipse is planning to enter this, they're going to go through the vents and then through lobby. So they're looking to kind of clear it from, you know, southeast to northwest, which does work. They obviously do need to eventually hit the button, and as long as I'm really praying that we don't see anyone get deposited in, but the vault is getting opened, which means who's going to be the lucky one.
They're getting their cash back.
They're going to get their cash back, and there's the auto shotty. So they're going to place at least one guy in vault. So right off the rip, it's a 5v4. We do not have the mop, even though this is the last round for our defending team. I'm really surprised by that. I mean, they've got these crazy long angles, and they're just going to, again, like you said, they're going to play very defensive and just hope that their strategy plays out better than... Oh, never mind. Mom, get the camera easy.
Kobe.
Okay, so about that strategy and making sure 2 of your guys don't eat 1 grenade. There's a little thing called spacing and why it's important. This is a great example. And now the biggest issue is it's a 5v2. Last 2 guys are in a hall, but they're not, you know, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be really, really ugly. What? Hang on. Oh, they're going for this.
Oh, they're going around. Yeah,
they're going to go around. I love it. That's brilliant. That is brilliant, though, because it's going to fork them.
They're going to be split up back to sides where they can't rotate because you have Drazzy on the side, on the right side and Loans. On the other side, Roby's going to hold down the hallway. They've got no access. Lacking as well, holding Teller. They are pinned, and that's what they want. They want total control because now Drazzy will hit the button for the bomb. Roby's going to walk in there. He's going to have to go around through Teller, mind you, so he will give it away a little bit. So it really depends on this battle here in the upper side. Dylan will take down Marbles, and Hero wins the battle against Dylan. No trading, but there's still one in Hall to watch out for, but Roby will take them down. It's down to just the last player here in the vault. Rocking the auto shotty and some
no grenade.
Here, looking to spice it up. Oh, there isn't any grenades left, but they do have a little bit of things on them. Looks like a smoke on Roby, but they're going to just kind of play slow, play for time at this point. Man, there's a lot of Molotovs there.
That's a lot of Molotovs. They have one flash grenade left, though, so if they could put this in just the right spot, I mean, they might be able to do it, but it's going to be ugly, and the timer is ticking.
It is ticking, but there's plenty of time still for that defuse, so they have to work together to take this guy out. Auto shotty on the top side here. This is going to be a tough one. They kind of have an idea. There's one. Oh, and almost 2. He's going to have to push back. What can he do? Oh, and Hero says no. We're taking at least 1 round in this set. An amazing play.
There's some notes if you're a new player, kind of looking at what you want to do. Step 1: don't have 2 of your guys eat a grenade. That is just unfortunate. Yeah. There's not much strategy to that one.
I think it's just a little bit of social distancing might help in this case.
Yes, social distancing from grenades is a very important idea. Yeah. I think I like the idea of what Anu wanted to do, but there really isn't much else planning that you can have when you're looking at that situation. I think I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I think the case is still out on whether or not putting a guy in vault works. I mentioned it in the last match with Pion. You know, if you're Akazo, if you're Sachi, if you're one of those like absolute gamers, and you're not me, you could do it. It's easy. But I mean, at that point, it's a numbers game. I mean, there's 4 guys, 1 flash grenade. That just does not make it easy, you know?
That is very true there. And I think if that was going to be the win there for Swag, he had to hold him off the Molotov. That was good. But almost what could have maybe worked there is pushing out with that Molotov. The barbed wire is going to be tough to run through. But if he could force them and kind of fork them out a little bit without a shot, he could run in there and try and go for the Hull kill. But
Potentially.
Until too late. It was. But there we are. Red Operation Wolverine Fortuna now back on the sides here with swap teams. And now on the defense, this is an interesting approach here. Are they going to go for the same stack up on Arcade? Or are they going to go for more of a wider spread so they can kind of escape if need be?
Well, you can see the defending team is already kind of planning for this drop down sort of thing where they've got the barbed wires right next to the storefront window. Makes sense. But if you look at the placements for a lot of the alert markers and the flashbangs, they might be trying to do like a 3-2 split here for storage. Just unless, again, those could just be alert pings. You never really know. But yeah, they're even drawing where those barbed wires might be. I mean, it's good to know that, you know, no matter what's going on, the teams are still communicating. You can always tell the energy and kind of the mental state of like a 3-0 or like a 5-0 team based off of how they're drawing. So if you're still seeing them drawing, you're still seeing them chatting, that's a great sign. They haven't given up just yet.
Yeah, I mean, mind games and especially
Auto shoddy though
is huge. And is that what I believe?
Auto shoddy Igmar? Hello? Okay, I like it.
What?
Yeah,
Okay,
if he parks himself like in that corner where like the top right corner of storefront and just like hides. Oh no, he's gonna sit storage. It's still a great spot. I mean, they got to go that direction anyways, and that's a great flanking position as well.
This is an interesting approach here from Roby in the.
I like it.
I like this is gonna be all or nothing. Roby, he is dangerously close here to taking a.
Oh no, he's gonna peek. That's a peek. He's gonna hear the stops. He's gonna run out.
Oh.
Go for bread.
He's doing it.
Oh, he choked it. He choked it.
Oh no. Oh man. Roby might need the Heimlich maneuver after this one. As well, he's trying to go through, but unfortunately, they will just kind of get info. There's players there, but the team will take down Swag in the meantime. That is rough. Looks like they're just shooting through the windows back and forth here. Drazzy taking some shots, but still staying alive. Dylan clearing this up. Marble's in a good spot, though. If they do go for the drop through the skylight, they're going to be facing Marble.
Oh, great smoke.
He's about to dump him, too. And amazing smoke there. Really good position. Another fantastic smoke. They needed that, but Marble's about to get flanked from behind. He doesn't... Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Server?
Server, please.
Oh. Well, it would have been really good. Hold on. Let's see.
Let's see.
Is it all?
There's flashbangs still going out. Smoke is still running.
Yep, we're still. The time is still ticking down. Is it all over?
Oh, they're alive. Hang on. We're good. We're good. It's a feature. Don't worry. It's just a feature. Don't worry.
Yes. This is intentional. This is a time-stopping feature. It's in development.
It's in development. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Max Payne kind of thing. They can slap down time.
Yeah.
It's
all according to plan. 2 versus 3.
It's kind of working. Yeah. What a comeback here. We see them already on the bomb defusing. Flank from behind Tango down.
Yo.
But that it is. Whoa.
Tell me that the match isn't rigged. Tell me it isn't. They DDoSed them.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
Look at that.
Wow.
It opened up really ugly for our attacking team. I mean, I was sweating as soon as I noticed Roby was right next to that door. I was like, oh no, he's about to get the clip that I usually end up in on the due process like Reddit of like, hey guys, let me check out this cool door kick I got, and I got a 5-piece. I'm usually that guy that's eating that. So it's a bit therapeutic to watch that, but it really sucks in this competitive the setting because that was an auto shot that they're not getting back. And there's a lot of good spots, on the next 2 rounds that we're going to be seeing that auto shotty could really come in handy.
Yeah, that was so close. But unfortunately for him, a little bit of karma has struck back and struck hard on their chances there. So good attempt, but ultimately too little, too late.
We're pausing the game for a minute, see if they can reconnect.
Alrighty, looks like we do have a bit of a temporary pause here. Some technical difficulties, as you saw. Some things happen. Machines are turning. maybe not turning forward or turning in the right direction, but we're worsening the wires. We're fixing stuff up. We're taping what we need to. We're getting it all going, but it's going to be a little bit of a delay. So based on what you've seen so far, I got to ask, Ghost, has your prediction changed at all?
No, not really.
You still think it's going to be easy for Onu?
I don't think it's going to be easy. Eclipse is definitely putting up a good fight. We were seeing what it's a 3. What is it? Yeah, it's a 3-1 score right now. I think Eclipse just needs to find the rhythm. You know, for the past couple matches we've seen, at least I've seen from them, they do have that. They can be adaptive, but I think it's just a case of like, Onu is also adaptive, but they have this strategy to back it up. So they can be flexible when they need to be flexible, or they can just, you know, be a bit aggressive when they need to be a bit aggressive. One thing that I saw from Gnomes in the match that we just watched was they only know how to hold W and shoot heads. That is their bread and butter. As soon as you slow them down just a little bit, they choke, they suffer, they die. Eclipse, I'm starting to see a little bit, like, you can see the flexibility there, but it's just missing just a little bit more to get them where they, you know, to get them over that edge. But Onu is always one step ahead. It's not even like 30 seconds, it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I totally got to agree, man. Onu has just been playing a really, really great game here.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the Eclipse try and do some stuff back and forth. As you kind of said, they're kind of starting to think some good ideas, but really Onu is just, as you kind of just said a second ago, they're a step ahead, and they are they're a match ahead at this point. They're doing their warm-ups for the final, and I hope to see Eclipse do pretty good here. I want to see them come back and maybe even give a bit of an upset, but ultimately we'll just have to see how this how it all cracks on and goes here. But weapon-wise, I gotta ask then, have you seen anything that surprised you for weapon selection?
I'm glad. Well, actually, I would say I'm very pleasantly surprised to see that we're seeing a bit more of the auto shotty getting placed in, you know, those unique situations. I know a lot of players tend to, at least the absolute gaming bread, that, you know, the upper echelon of gamers will often kind of look away from the auto shotty because it has its very like niche spots. Where I think that in a lot of positions, the auto shotty can actually do quite a lot of damage. I mean, we just saw in that last round, you know, even though it was a bit of a cheesy situation, you know, that those very close, like, scrum kind of situations, you can see the auto shotty just do absolute wonders. And then I would even kind of throw it back to Eclipse. I really like that they tried to use the torch on one of those brackets inside inside the convenience store, because it opened, you know, it opened, in giant air quotes, it opened up the entire space for them to take those shots, get some really good, you know, opportunities. It was just that execution that they needed to work on, but you can see the ingenuity there, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I think, as you kind of said, it's been a really, really great match back and forth, and I think, yeah, that team selection has been interesting. The weapon selection has been really fantastic.
We'll be back
now. We're back. Okay, we're up Operation Life Rising, and hopefully this match will rise some life in Eclipse here on the defense. Once again, swap sides, which means you still get the long sidelines in jungle, all the way to pit. Observation, and it continues. Okay, so the scores do indeed stand from that previous round.
Woo!
That's going to be 3-1. So now with Onu looking pretty confident here, they could go for an aggressive strat on the top side. They could go for a beach. There is a red door on the very bottom they could really go for if they're really being a little silly, perhaps. Not too effective spot, but could be a surprise.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm trying to just get my full screen. There it goes. All right, fabulous. So yes, as we talked about in Dome last time, observation is going to be kind of the focal point, but the question is, will we see just one man absolutely go nuclear in it, or will it be a bit more of a scrum? We've got a lot more Molotovs, which is nice to see, and some more close range weapons, so it's good. But no mop this time here from Eclipse. So already and no saber. Okay, so
yeah.
these guys are expecting, you know, this is going to be a bit of a very close fight. I'm feeling, I'm not going to say that this is accurate, but I'm feeling like they're going to be trying to potentially. Oh, there's the auto shotty. Oh yeah, it's an ops push. Oh yes, sir.
You know
yes, sir.
Oh boy. Oh man, I'm hyped. This is going to be an awesome one.
Oh yeah, they're stacking. They're stacking for. The good news is the defending team is prepping for a potential ops push, so they're good there. Eclipse doesn't look like that they're really playing nearly as far back as Onu did, though. I mean, you can see the difference. There's 3 players in observation. Onu had like 3 guys in jungle, like the other side of the map. Now that worked out really well for them because their opening pick, you know, the opening double on observation just worked out. But let's see. Auto shotty is, where is our auto? Oh no, sorry.
Charlie is sitting on the.
No, the attacking team took it off.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, interesting.
Big
Well,
sad.
The thing is, the AP25 is so good all the way around, though. It's really great.
Oh, it
back
is,
and forth.
absolutely.
But here comes Drazzy going for the outside peek, going for info, and decides to run away. They are heavily invested in pit. Hopefully not a pitfall for him, but let's see if they can keep this alive. Lacking kind of holding the side here back and forth. We do see Hero holding back as well. They're also split push into Beach, though, so they're not all invested into pit. Are they aware of that, though? Looks like defense are not even really paying attention. They haven't seen anybody in Beach or at least paid attention to that just yet. But so far, it's a bit of a hold back and forth here. Good Molotov for the off push here.
We got a guy like at the bottom of jungle. I don't know if the casters have caught it, but there's only 4 guys in
marbles.
pit.
Oh, but
Crazy rotate?
will take down. Oh, yeah, he's rotating back and forth here. But we do see the observation push kind of halted by attackers. But on the other side, on the very bottom here, Superman tried to clear that out here with, of course, Decadence. Marble still hiding, but will he be spotted?
Oh,
Looks like he's still playing hide and go seek here. Okay, to come from behind.
the big
again.
rotate.
Nope,
Oh!
flick.
One! Oh!
Great. Oh man, it's down to the 2v4 here. Attackers are in a tough spot. Superman's still alive and Swag now coming in from behind, but Drazzy's already on the bomb. The other defenders are in a good position to counter if they do go for the push, but they're going to go for something a little bit of a surprise, I guess, to go to jungle instead of observation. They're still thinking observation is going to be the push, but it could be. Could be a bit of a surprise, but no, they're going to instead go for that jungle side, but Drazzy's holding the line there, and he does have that teammate to help him out, lacking holding position. The entire team is together here. It's going to be a 2v4 here, and 2 sights aimed down at Swag and Superman's going to be so tough.
This yeah, and the doors are currently closed, and yeah, that's okay, but he traded.
Nope, trade back and forth. Oh, Swag's still in the battle here.
4 seconds. It's a AP25 save.
Yeah, interesting.
Boom
choice.
goes the dynamite.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Unfortunately, defenders played well, stopped the ops push, and that was all they had.
Very
Yeah, it was just an interesting play all the way around there where we saw defenders, they had a really, really good idea in mind. They kind of knew to hold their side. They were so focused on observation that it was a little bit interesting to kind of be so, like, it was a call, yes, but they have to kind of move on from that too. They can't just sit in observation forever. It's good to have a couple of people there, yes, in the beginning if you get the call right, fantastic. But you do mid and late game there, have to kind of push out a little bit. It's good to be working together, but you can also clear together too. You don't have to just sit in one spot and just kind of hold it down for the lines here. You can move around as a group together and clear things out and kind of keep things under for a total map control. Because they gave a lot more jungle than they needed to for that one.
I was gonna say that was I was gonna bring that up as well. I think if the guys that had pushed Beach, if they just kind of waited a little bit long, or excuse me, if the guys that were pushing observation had waited a little bit longer to let the guys in Beach kind of the guys in Beach pushed, got through almost all of jungle until that absolutely gamer rotate by Marbles came through and went nuts. If they had still been alive, then I think the guys in observation and pit would have felt a little bit more pressure. But since they dealt with the guys in observation, there was only one door that the guys at jungle, or the eventually guy at jungle, was going to be able to utilize. And one of the biggest things for defenders is if you can split them up, they will crumble much easier. But when if there's 4 guys looking at one door, there's only so much you can do. You are not Neo from the Matrix. You can't dodge bullets like you can in many other games. You will eat them very badly. There's a reason attackers have more health.
That is very, very true. And now on Operation Dream Trident, we're seeing an interesting setup here. Defenders are really looking for the backside of the bomb. They're guarding the button heavily, but not really the bomb side as much. They have probably looks like one defender there with a barb, but otherwise, the interesting thing is the wall charge from security from the lobby there into accounting for like a fast bomb defuse maybe with a grenade to clear out barbed wire, which they're already expecting because it's easy to do, easy to throw, pretty much no cost at that point. This could be an interesting setup here for attackers, but defenders, I don't know, we'll see.
I like the idea from the attackers. They're kind of just assuming like get in, reach the door, hit the button, and then just try and kind of bulldoze their way through. But oh boy, okay, so instead of putting 1 guy in there, we'll put 2. That's all right. Let's see how it goes. Now, to be fair, this we've been seeing that Onu is kind of gaming, but the one game that I think Eclipse has as the attacking win is when there was a guy in Vault. So we'll have to see how this works. I am a doubter. I will admit I am a doubter, but I have been proven wrong before, and Lord knows I'll be proven wrong many more times. But they're in, and so far so good. No fatalities getting to lobby. Usually kind of turns into a bit of a turkey shoot trying to just get enough people through that door, and usually there's a Molotov guarding it as well, but it's interesting. The attackers are actually kind of holding this wall charge a lot longer than you'd expect for like a vault rush.
Yeah, it's slow here, but they're kind of just clearing out the lines as need be. But
Swag's got that auto shotty though.
A whole lot else. Oh, he does. However, so far so good for the attackers here. They're going on a bit of a weird strat here. Are they going to go towards the outside to try and bait it maybe? Yeah, they're going outside. Oh, I guess they're faking
No, they're clearing.
play.
Yeah, they're clearing west to east now.
Interesting. They're just kind of looking for, I guess, making sure all their boxes are checked off before they go for the full send here.
Yeah, it is a full send. They're gonna breach the wall, hit the button, and then just dogpile onto vault.
Yeah, they're going for it. Here comes the push up from defenders though. Attackers going in. Looks like we'll get one from Hero there. The Superman will get the trade up. Swaggle, another one. Superman as well, just wiping the floor with those defenders. It's all down to the two remaining in the bomb area there. Are they going to survive? Are they going to hold on for dear life? Or is it going to be a swipe? Marbles gets one.
Oh.
Draxi will get the other one. How many are left in the fight? Still 2v2 now, as they've taken on the push pretty well. But we'll wave 2. Clear them out.
Wave 2.
Men and Swag about to come here.
A little bit surprised that they chose to go for a 2v2 when they have 4. You have numerical advantage. You have a flashbang. And here comes the AP-25 1v1.
Are they going to get it? Who's going to clutch it? Draxi.
Oh, there it is.
Will come out on top. Wow. Ending the half in a tie 3-3. That is just amazing gameplay here. Really amazing calls here from defenders. Attackers with a good strap, but ultimately it was just the double investment, the bet double, and you know what? They come up on top.
You know, sometimes just like the stocks, you put money into the machine and the machine prints out more money. It just kind of works. You know, it's easy. But I will challenge the fact that I'm very surprised by Anu's decision to go in. Like, they knew how many, you know, you can see the enemy team. You know how many people are still alive. They knew that there were only 2 guys in still alive. They had to be in vault. Why not just wait? You know, they had time. They were able to. They had the utility. You know, I'm kind of coping, but when I say this, you had numerical advantage. Why not just use numbers? Use numbers. You know, make plans, shoot mans. Easy.
You see, you could do that.
You could, yes, but in fact.
You could, but I think rather they were kind of like, well, you know what? We had to clean this out super well. We won our fights on the inner side here. We can just kind of go in and wipe the floor out. This round's already over. I got under control. Easy.
Fair enough. Yeah, easy peasy.
And they got caught out. It happens.
It do.
Than expect, as we just saw.
But moving into factory now, as there is no auto shotty at play. I believe the mop and the saber are still options here for both teams. So we'll probably see some pretty gnarly long angles here as both teams set up. You know, looking at factory here, I gotta say, I would really, and this is just kind of, you know, my kamikaze bronze brain here thinking, you breach through the red door and then you wall charge into storage. Who's gonna stop you, my man? Like that is if you want to play real aggression, like Gnome's aggression, that would be crazy fun.
You could do that, yes. I think it could be pretty effective too if you timed it correctly with the split push being server farmed, or you can kind of pincer it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
A good barbed wire though will just stop that immediately and put it dead in its tracks. Good Molotovs and good counter franks as well from the top side there. The thing you gotta watch out for is those upper fans. They're looking to actually split push fan, and it looks like maybe even go for the bottom side perhaps. I'm curious to see how they're gonna play this one back and forth. Or just go for an all fans push here.
So they used one breach on dome. They didn't for. Did they use a breach for bank? I don't recall.
They did a wall charge.
They used a wall charge, but they still have at least one breach. So yeah, no, I like this. This makes sense. So then it'll probably be a split push of server farm pipe works, because they probably, unless they have, no, they already used the. Do they use the torch? So they might be able to open docks.
They could.
It could.
The question is, will they?
Well, based off of the utility available, the answer is no. But we are going to see, I like the Pipeworks open, and then it's probably going to be into a server farm. So, again, it's going to be a nice, you know, top right to bottom left push, and that'll give them good control. Power is on the other side of the map, so it's not going to be an NVG push, which is totally fine. But, hey, 3 guys in with almost no resistance whatsoever is always really nice as an attacker.
Yeah, they've gotten all the way inside their marbles. Trying to go for long picks across there. Couldn't quite get the kill in there. Maybe a little bit of damage done back and forth. But really, the battle in office is underway. And Asbo win his fight against Roby. Superman will take down Hero, but Marbles will trade on to Asbo. And Marbles will actually get down there and traded by Decadence. But now it's down to just Drazi, and unfortunately lacking there. Going back and forth. Lack will take one onto Dylan, but will he get the other kills? They're pushing back and forth here in this slog. They're trying to clear out storage. Drazi's still on the bomb. Bomb hasn't been armed yet, so they can't quite defuse. Superman will take down Drazi. All done to Lacking, last alive in a 3v1 here. Will he win the close fight? No, Superman keeps it in control. 3 kills for him. That's the round. And attackers, clean sweep.
This is getting scrappy. I tell you what, I was trying to look at like what the methodology to the madness for the attackers was. They got that Pipeworks open, and then it just came down to all of these like these little gun games, these gun trades between the different players. And I want to point out, I think Swag has like -1 HP right now. I don't even see his health bar. Very close there, but then being able to kind of get those rotates for the team always kind of help out. But Superman went crazy. Got like a 3-piece for this one, and then yeah, the rest of the team just kind of cleaned it up. So all in all, attackers just kind of maybe finding the rhythm in this second half.
Yeah, this is their time to shine, and I think they're starting to shine a little brighter than Eclipse, but equally Eclipse did a good job kind of holding it off. Unfortunately, though, they were kind of outplayed in strategy there by Onu to go for the fan, go around the long side for Pipeworks, take control of the office, and just slowly kind of take on these 1v1s, win their gun battles, and just kind of do what they do best, which is killing Eclipse at the moment here. So Eclipse, you got to kind of re-strategize away from the gunfights directly and try and catch them off guard, which it's an all or nothing kind of strategy with defense, right? You don't have a lot of ways to counter back if they kind of out-counter you or out-call your position. So it's a tough head game and tough mind game to figure out how to actually figure that out, but it's up to Eclipse to figure it out, unfortunately. So wish them the best. But now on Operation Tide Sandwich, I don't see the sandwich in this, but I think the tides might just turn towards Eclipse.
Hopefully. My concern though is that our boys don't have their mop for this one, and this one not looking too crazy for lines of sights, but actually no, it's not all that good really at all. I'm trying to figure out like if a mop would even be all that viable, but just kind of you've got like the island, I'll say like the island of observation, but that's got a red door right there, and then you've got like the southern part of jungle on like the more right side instead of the left side because there's a door there. So you could have you can see the attackers are even talked about. You got like one guy on the stairs, but then there's just a lot of this is a if our attacking team can systematically come in here, flashbang here, push, 2 guys push, flashbang there, 2 guys push, they should be able to clean this up because there's just so many like these little choke points that the defenders have to be aware of that the attackers could easily numerically overwhelm them on. But if they're not careful, it can very quickly turn. This map has it's called a sandwich, but I almost call it like the land of 4 islands. You've got the beach, observation, the left side of jungle, and then pit. These very spaced off areas that the attacking team's gonna have to be very patient with their push.
It almost looks like a rat's nest, if you will. If you have these little corners you can hide into, little cubbies you can put into, just kind of camp out in the backside there and just catch off attackers off guard. This is going to be Eclipse's time to shine here. If they got it in the bag and they're going to win this one, they're going to take this round. And if they don't, it's really been in the back foot for them. And at this point, I think we'll see Onu just fully push through and take him down. So it's do or die for this team.
Do or die, absolutely, absolutely. And it's crazy to call that because even if they win this round, it'll still be 5-3, but we'll have to see how we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good.
Yep.
But no. I don't know. I'm kind of like holding my breath here just because it's like, all right, this is going to be very important for the defenders to play. Very little utility. There's like 1 Molotov between all of them, and it is a 3-2 split, but it's looking like a primarily beach push, which I like that. But oh my, oh my.
That's a good start.
That's a great start.
The Decadent's really playing it well and smart there. You're seeing Hero, though, on the top side, looking for angles, looking for sights back and forth. Marble's the closest one next to the fight here. Latching just hanging out up top here. Swag clearing it out. But on the other side towards jungle, we have 2 of those attackers ready for the breach here. Looking to catch them off guard, and they are calling it really well so far. All those defenders are expecting that push. Still in base side. There comes the red door breach. Kind of waiting back and forth. How are they going to push out? What are they going to do? Oh, looks like Asbo's going to be taken down by Hero on the other side there in the jungle. Superman's going to rotate back, but Swag! Wow!
Oh, Kobe!
Nailed it onto Hero there. But Swag now sneaking through the riverside. Oh, run through back for Superman. Caught off guard there. Roby just hang out and get the kill there. It is down to just Dylan and Swag last alive here for the push. Onu really struggling to keep this up. Blacking still holding observation, doing a good job. Just has to keep cool. You know what's happening? Draz is going for the fight against Swag. Taking a lot of shots. Roby will come in though to support and get the kill. And it's all down to Dylan that's alive here in a 1v4. This is a tough one here. Can Dylan escape? Can he come up clutch? He could go towards Riverside, but they're hearing him coming. They're going to go around the back side here. Are they going to get the kill? Dylan will take down Roby. That's a good start for him, but 33 seconds remaining. He doesn't have a lot of time. He's got a lot of work to do in the meantime. Goes for the flash behind to try and run back and forth, but Marble's in a good spot. Roby as well, and actually Drazzy, will get that final kill, tying it up 4-4. Wow.
As soon as that first kill on Beach hit, you could see the entire Onu team just suddenly like stop. The momentum just died right there, and then it turned into this like, we'll kind of push here. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, we'll kind of push here. That didn't work. And yeah, I mean that as soon as that first hit, as soon as oh goodness, I think it was Marbles got that first kill. Yeesh, yeah, and then it turned into like a bunch of 1v1s. I mean, you saw that like the rat's nests of the different pillars of the defensive team just kind of got these crazy angles. I mean, I was waiting for Drazzy to do something wild because, I mean, as you'd pointed out, he saw that they were backing off, so I was expecting him to do this crazy rotate, but no, he just sat there and just waited for the attackers to come to them, and it's 4-4. I mean, Eclipse just said, hey, it's another day. You know, don't worry about it.
Really have, and you know, it was a good round for him for both sides. It was a good wake-up call for Onu that we got to get it together, get it focused. And for Eclipse, it was like, okay, yeah, they've been winning a little bit. This is our time to shine. This is where we do best. We're the defenders, and we're going to defend our land. And on King Foul, I think this is going to go a foul for the attacking side.
Ugh. I do want to point out, if you take a look at the one thing I really love about the new scoring is you can actually see, you know, which teams are winning what. Onu has quite literally won a 50-50 attack defense, but you can see Eclipse is only really winning their defense, which it's not the end of the world. They're able to stay in, but as soon as after this round, we're going to be obviously switching sides. They've got to get on the board on the attacking side. They need to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are definitely struggling to get in there on the attacking side. They've really struggled to get in a lot of damage, a lot of map control. They have a generally good idea, but when it comes down to attacking, it's not just about positioning and about the kind of the brains of it all. It's about the physical gun skills. It's about getting your aim down right. It's getting the team rotations down right. It's about getting your middle and late game kind of attack and setup quite right. And that's a lot of things working together that have to all play together. And that's not always the case. So it's gonna be tough for them, especially against a team like Onu. There's a very, very strong lineup here. But they've got to at least win something. They cannot just totally expect to win only on defense.
I'm curious to see what Onu is going to be doing here with this attack round. I mean, if you take a look, they've got the torch marked for that vent spot by the vents, but then they also plan to potentially use the wall charge. So, but you got to hit the button. You know, there's obviously 2 doors here for Vault, so you know there's 2 different options, but someone still has to hit that button to get you guys in there. Even if you do all this, flush out and everything like that, then you still have to defuse and everything. And correct me if I'm wrong, Shark. It takes like 15 seconds, I think, or it's 10 or 11 seconds to like go for a full defuse, assuming you don't get stopped at any point. So
it's the case. So
it's
a tough one, but I don't know.
Well, again, it's going to come down to these trades. It does look like it's going to be a 3-2 entrance priority. So very opened up space, and our defender is going to go ahead and Molotov, no big deal. But we've got these 2 sneaky lads in the vents, but they're not really doing much. They're kind of just vibing. I mean, they're planning to obviously push manager, but they still got to get to the hall button somehow. And there is the breach. So they're going to be going for that.
Yeah, they're going to go for the bathroom, kind of push through the halls instead. This is an interesting approach here, but unfortunately the defenders kind of planned that out.
Great Molotov.
Despite that, caught lacking literally. Gets another one as well from the grave. The Molotov will do damage. Attackers have really lost a lot of strategy there, but ultimately they've taken good map control all the way around. Marble's in a good spot in security. He's facing off against 3v1. As Ruby as a backup, and of course we have other flanks on the backside there with Drazzy tagging in there as a support. So it's going to be a lot of control here. The vault doors are opening though, and Ruby's going to have to run inside. Looks like we have this battle 1v1 here on the bomb. Drazzy is well rotating on the backside here, but Asbo's going to rotate on the back position here. This could be super effective. For the
Marbles with the Marbles got that flank though.
He does.
Oh, he closed.
Takes down Drazzy. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, 2 got in though.
Oh.
Hang on.
But,
oh.
Oh my God! They didn't expect him to sneak in, and now they're in a good. Oh, Marbles.
Clutch it up. Shoutouts to the boy.
Wow, what a play here from Roby. But he's still got Asbo.
Still 35 seconds. We're not done yet.
It ain't over till it's over.
But he's got to find Marbles.
Well, Marbles find him first.
Oh, does he know where Button is? Oh no. Okay, we're good. All right.
Yep.
he's got spirit. He's good. But I think after we cross that 10-second threshold, it's over, and this might just be an Igmar save.
Could be.
Yeah, that's it. He would have to get through 2 and then defuse. It ain't happening.
Look at 1 though. Hold on, it ain't over yet. Asbo will clutch up, but too little, too late. Gets the kill.
Boom! Goes the dynamite.
Good try. But
Great
unfortunately,
try.
Asbo couldn't quite do it all, man. Great job, though. That was just fantastic.
That was great heads-up play by Marbles. That was so well done. I mean, it could have been terrifying because if you notice, two of them slipped in, and it was only because of the guy on site that happened to get the two attackers that I guess they just weren't expecting, you know, a guy to be there, which is a little bit weird. But great heads-up play by Marbles to hit that vault button.
Yeah, that was just a really, really good play. They kind of hit the button, throw them off guard. They think they have it under control. You're just like, oh no, here comes the door. Closed in, buddy. You're not. I'm not trapped with you. You're trapped with me.
Yeah, clearly he got a double for his trouble. Absolutely.
Yeah, he cashed in real well in that vault.
Mm-hmm.
Cashed all them checks.
Wow. Cashed in all the money.
Yeah, well, we'll have to check out this next one here and see what it will be. What our fates will
Factory.
decide. We're back to the factory here, but to cook up something nice on, once again, Apollo Marshall.
Absolutely. So the teams have now swapped. So we're going to have Anu on the defense and Eclipse on the attack. And this is going to be what I'm talking about here because we've seen Eclipse could win their defense rounds. Solid. Fantastic. But can they win their attack rounds? Anu has done 2 for both. So if Anu can just be a little bit creative, a little bit cheeky, they could easily drag this back. But here's the thing, though. They have to. They have to perfect it to get into either, you know, to win the match or just to tie.
That is true. It's a long.
It's a long claw.
Oof.
It's doable, though. I mean, we obviously see that they've won 2, but it's gonna be a tough one. But let's take a look at the design here from Eclipse. What are they planning to do? It's looking like actually more or less an identical build or rollout here, going for a server farm Pipeworks push. But I would really like to know how our Anu boys plan to deal with this. And it almost looks like they're kind of stacking up for like an office docks sort of play. I mean, you can see like they've got the lines calling out the different shutter doors, but and a barbed wire. Any sort of interest? Mop. Hello, Dylan. Are you really? Say psych.
Oh, he is.
Say psych right now, Dylan, because that's a big deal right there.
That is a big deal, but I could see it being effective. We saw Marble.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In this long haul above storage, yeah, that'd be huge.
I think we're gonna.
Oh, nope, he's off this XD.
Oh.
But that's fine, because I mean, look at that.
Site, yeah.
Because the angle that he could hold. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
I don't think he can see into Pipeworks, so I don't know if he knows or if he really has line of sight of that. I mean, if he does watch Pipeworks, Mop would be. Oh yeah, he might see it. No, he's gonna sit there. Oh, that.
Good.
If he sits and watches Pipe, he's gonna absolutely annihilate this Eclipse team.
He has an angle for it, but I think.
Okay, yeah, he's watching it. Yeah.
So, too little, too late for that, but they do get the charge off. Dylan's in a good spot now, but I'm sure they're aware they can't quite push to that one as easily as they may have expected. But let's see what the rest of these attackers can do here. Going for the push-up back and forth, going for the flash early on. You see the execution happening in server farm for now, clearing things up. No aggression there yet. One on the other side of the wall, though, so Drazzy has to be careful. They could go for the wall bang here with a knack, but I think Drazzy's going to take his time here. Clear it up slow and steadily. The other team's kind of waiting for the confirmation for it to be cleared to then go for it.
Ooh.
Dylan goes for the pick.
Oh.
Does it get... Oh,
Tagged him.
does a little bit of damage, but not enough for the kill just yet. But still a slow and steady play here. Lacking Marbles kind of teaming together here. Holding their sights, holding their angles here.
They got to do something.
Strike, and there it is. There comes the push. Drazzy will take down one of Superman. Lacking will take down Decadence. Clearing out back and forth. Dylan with the rotation. Swag trying to hold on. They're going for it back and forth. Good Molotov to hold off the push. Marbles will take down Dylan, but Swag will take down Lacking. Marbles already on the bomb. Aswa trying to rotate back and forth. Swag, though, gets 2. Huge plays here, back and forth. Aswa takes down Drazzy. It's all down to Roby and Marbles. Last life here. Roby on the top here. About to get the flank onto Swag for the final kill. What's going to happen? He is just playing him like a fiddle. He's not ready for it. But Swag rotates. He hears both. He's expecting aiming for both. But will Roby win the battle? Roby's got a little better health. Swag takes some damage. Goes for the push-up.
Oh.
No Marbles. Cleans it up. Amazing play there. It's going to be attackers winning it. This is it, man.
There it is. Yeah, that's what we needed. We needed to see Eclipse get some points as attackers, and that is huge. Not only is Mop down, but a lot of the utility that the defenders put for this, they put up some big stuff. Barbed wires, no flares or anything, but that Mop gone is gonna be big. I think that might be the killing blow here against Anu.
I got to agree. This is a huge blunder here for Onu. They had a lot of things going right for them, but these last 2 rounds have been essential for the victory.
Yep.
And they've lost both, man. It's win or lose at the end of the day here. We're fans of both teams, but at the end of the day, you got to win your kills, you got to hit your shots, you got to get that either defuse the bomb or stop them from doing that. And right now, Onu have just they've lost it, and they got to hold on. They got to try and go for the overtime if they can. But
oh, they don't have a choice. It's do or die. It's match point until either a tie or overtime.
Yeah, it's over now. The opportunities to flank, the opportunities to play around, to kind of go for line games,
Yep.
That's over. It's now either we take this fight, we win this fight, and we win it, or it's over. You're done. It's now Eclipse looking to make their way up. So I'm excited. I was rooting for them from the beginning. I knew they're going to come back, and you know what?
They're doing it. They are absolutely doing it, and they are gonna, if they win this round, they have absolutely earned the best of 3 finals here or best of 3 finals, but match C for the best of 3. And it does look like a quick update from the bracket. Gnomes sadly did lose 7-1 to Fungi Friends, so the winner of this match is gonna be going on to fight Fungi and Friends.
Surprising, but still good.
That's surprising. That's surprised. That's surprised. But
hey, 1 round's pretty good. I'll say that much.
That's better than me, man. That is way better than me. But let's take a look at this one, because we had talked about the spacing. It is a quote unquote sandwich, but really it's the land of the 4 islands, and it's looking like our attacking team is going to be going for observation. I like this strat, and here's why. Obviously, observation, you can see out to the rest of the map. It's going to clear out base and river for more or less free, and that'll also give them a chance. One thing that I really liked, and I kind of criticized it in the last round, where we saw them kind of just stack up and pause in factory, and I was like, hey, you guys good? You pushing? They get observation, they can look around, they can take a second, go, all right, where do we need to go from here, and get that second phase of the attack going. Bomb is in the middle of jungle, so as long as they can really clear the 2 kind of like giant islands, if you will, next to Bomb, they will be in phenomenal spacing, and with their ability to kind of rotate in a river and watch an angle there, or potentially, watch an angle from the observation door, they can definitely challenge these guys to get it going. And it looks like it's going to be a 3-2 for a beach observation push.
Yeah, they're going to, they're not beaching it all on their side there, but actually going to commit without observation push here with the support of Marbles and Drazi in beach to kind of hold off the pushes as need be from jungle or from pit even. So they're going to have to kind of clear things up here slow and steadily. They're so far not giving anything just yet, other than that they're in beach, but Marbles will get the pick early on to Decadence. That's a good sign of things to come, but they still have a long way to go. Good grenade there to clear out the barbed wire. Swag about to take a flash in the face here. Here comes the Molotov to hold off the push, but no.
Great Molotov.
Will run through. They are still alive by the pair side. They're in a tough spot. You see him shooting back and forth, but ultimately lacking. We'll get that kill onto Swag. And we do see slowly down on the bottom there. Bit of movement from defenders. Superman, nice pick onto lacking. Ain't lacking anything now. We do see on the bottom side though.
Drazi.
Push up from Drazi coming in big here. This is going to be a surprise for him. Are they ready for it? Interesting smoke. They could go for the push-up back and forth here. Dylan in a good spot on the bottom side, but we do still have Superman in position.
Drazi definitely sees Dylan in that position right now.
Yeah.
They can see him through the window.
Doesn't even matter. Superman will still get the kill to Marbles. Drazi still holding on. But Roby battling back and forth here on the bomb site. It's dangerously close for both teams. But who is going to take this? Here's going to be called to rotate back on the other side. See Dylan going back and forth here. Drazi 1v1. Who's going to take this?
Dylan's trapped.
No,
the attackers just need to start defusing. Force him out.
Yeah, Dylan's not allowed.
Oh, there it is.
Here, and there it is, the conclusion. At the end of the day, Onu putting up a good fight, but it is the teamwork and the communication and the coordination of Eclipse to come out on top, make the stars align, and Eclipse their victory toward the final.
Well done for them. I mean, Eclipse did a phenomenal job. I was concerned about their ability to adapt, and, they managed to find it. They were able to find their rhythm. They figured out what Onu was about, and eventually just brought it back. Well done, and congratulations to Eclipse. Now, off to fight a best of 3 against Fungi and Friends.
That is going to be a tough project here. After a lot of battles back and forth here, they are in an interesting position, interesting communication, and interesting, ultimately, opportunity, if you will, to be fighting against one of the greatest teams and greatest lineups here in due process in ages. And I think it's going to be, FNF is an easy call to make. I think the hardest call is to say, you know what, Eclipse, they've got something going on, and they're going to bring it back in for the win here. It is a best of 3, so they have some room to move back and forth. So both teams are not totally out if they do lose the mind games early on. But now, with it all being said, I got to ask your thoughts. What do you think about the last match we just saw?
Last match we saw, I think that was just a game of Onu came in with a lot more control in the early game for sure. The difference though was that Eclipse was able to eventually kind of adapt. I challenged them about their ability to adapt. Onu seemed to be a step ahead, but Eclipse did a very good job at recognizing the style and recognizing that flexibility, but they stopped. They actually started doing more of those skirmishes, which I was really concerned about them because they weren't really winning those trades initially. But for however they managed to do it, I don't know what they can do. But man, they knew exactly what they needed to do in the 2v1. They started doing 2v1s. They started doing more flashes. They started to kind of redevelop how they were engaging Onu, and it worked out phenomenally. I mean, as we saw, they ran back like 4 or 5 defense games, which, especially on the more advanced levels of due process, usually it's like, all right, how many attacks are we gonna win? Okay, it's a 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 2-1. Like, oh my god, you got a defense round? Like, holy cow, okay, we got something, Where in this it was a bloodbath back and forth, but we saw the consistency of Eclipse start to show up and really get that W that they needed. So I'm rooting for them. I'm terrified for them because it's only gonna get harder. It doesn't get easier when you're fighting against again, Kazo and Sachi are the first two that came to mind. I was trying to find the rest of the roster for Fungi and Friends, but good luck, Eclipse. I hope you the best. I'll be rooting for you in chat.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, this has been one hell of a day, one hell of a game, and I think at this point we're ready for the finals. So after a quick little break here, where we get everything lined up, all the bells and whistles cranked together in a good position, we will begin the grand final here on, of course, the Redux Network. You are watching the Redux Rumble. Make plans, shoot mans, sponsored by and basically made by the Redux Network. Thank you all for watching. We are not done yet. We have the grand final coming up very soon. Be sure to stick around. We will be right back.
All right, y'all can jump up. Nice job.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Bonjour.
Clean. Hello.
Hello.
Good job, guys.
Over.
Good job.
Howdy. Howdy.
All right, y'all can drop from the VMix calls and
Yep.
Plague Rev. Y'all can join him. I think I have Rev is 1, Plague is 2.
I don't see the link now. There it is.
You guys like my hype video I edited for this tournament?
It's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is really good.
Nope.
It's nice.
What
man.
do I do to log in?
Uh,
I see the numbers. What do you need me to do?
the numbers are the password.
And I am which one?
1.
And what's the name?
Anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Plague, what's your Twitter?
I think it's just Plague straight up. It
Okay.
might be Plague Doc.
I'll check. You are not Plague. I think you are Plague Doc.
Probably Plague Doc, yeah.
Yeah, you're Plague Doc.
Do I need to mute in the thing for this?
No.
No.
Okay.
We'll be kicking you out of here.
Yep.
You're
Well,
going
hey,
down to
thanks for
the
the
line.
co-cast, Shark. Appreciate it. I'm gonna mute up.
No problem, man. Great job today.
Yep. Good luck, everyone.
Good
Thanks
job,
for the invite for the casting. I was very pleasantly surprised to get the ping. I wasn't quite expecting it, I'll be honest with you, but hey, here we are.
Nah, it was fire. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna just go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Actually,
Yes, sir.
I'll just
Yeah.
mute everybody because I just want to have this available to us.
Plague, where's your suit?
My air conditioning went out.
There we go. Excellent. So now we've got the cast open and We can spectate this in HD TV. Fabulous. Cool. Give me just a second to go turn off all my freaking lights.
Yeah. If we didn't turn the AC off, we just wouldn't have power right now.
Alright, if this is going to be a raffle stomp like I'm kind of expecting it to be, we'll probably just watch the first 2 games, then I might just put in the comments something about how like it was a best of 3 and they just got murdered. If it's a little bit closer than I'm expecting, I'll probably just, or if it's closer, I'll watch the rest of it. If like the first round goes like 7-1, I'll probably just kind of end this early, depending on the outcome. We shall see. We shall see. But, oh my god, 6-minute timer? Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.